Hey, it's Ultra here. Here's my quote-unquote review of the Grinch movie. So yeah, I just got done illegally streaming the Grinch movie because you, who's gonna stop me? Void Police. Anyway, yeah, I just saw the Grinch movie and boy, it was surprisingly pretty good. Actually, here's the thing: Illumination, was pretty good. Started out with, their really successful first outing with Despicable Me. And then they made Hop. But no, I think this is actually the best Dr. Seuss movie that has been created. If we're discounting, the 1960s and 70s cartoons. It's certainly better than the Lorax film Illumination did. Another big plus is that the minion in the beginning is not shrieking at the top of his lungs. But a downside is that it does have Chris Rock Rabbit from The Secret Life of Pets screaming like a moron. So, enough talking. I just want to get into this and talk about why it's good. There's a lot of heart in the movie. I can tell the people who were making it took it seriously. And, you know the scene, the trailer, where it starts out with the Grinch's alarm clock playing Happy? Well, instead, this time it plays a bunch of Christmas songs, and every time he throws something at it, it changes to a different Christmas song. And I was like, hey, that's a pleasant surprise. And then they immediately ruin it by playing the Tyler, the Creator version of the Grinch song. Here's the thing: I don't have a problem with the song itself. It's a pretty good song, has a nice beat, a little bit of that bass in my ears. But if we're looking at the song it actually comes from, I'm a little more upset. The song from the first trailer, oh, sublime. I love it. That's actually the song you're hearing right now in the background. But, I don't really know what to say. It's like you were so close. But, after it gets done stumbling out of the starting gate, it's actually pretty good. I enjoy the concept of the Grinch being an active member of the Whoville community. The Who's know who he is, and yet, despite how cruel and rotten he is, they still treat him with the same kindness that they do everyone else. And I really like that. That brings an interesting twist and gives a reason for this film to exist. So basically, the movie, this is where the spoilers are going to start kicking in. So if you're going to go watch the movie, and I highly recommend you do, because this is the best film Illumination has ever made, except maybe the first Despicable Me. But then again, that's a pretty low bar to cross. The spoilers are starting right here. And if you didn't want spoilers, what'd you do clicking on this video? So basically, it starts off with the Grinch, he's out of food, and he has to go into Whoville and pick up food. And he just ends up, getting harassed by the townspeople. Not intentionally. Oh yeah, and that pickle scene from the trailers, I am proud to say, there is not a scene later in the movie where someone is eating a jar of pickles. I like that. Nice touch. That shows restraint. So, yeah. Throughout the movie, the Grinch just keeps getting harassed by the townsfolk. And when he finds the big tree that's going to be put up, he tries to get rid of it by launching a giant snowball at it, but the cannon or the catapult rolls down the hill, and it ends up launching him into the tree, and he just sees all the lights of the people, and all the people just talking, and he remembers, this is actually my favorite part of the movie, it gives context as to why the Grinch is the way he is, why he's so miserable all the time, because in the orphanage, he was in an orphanage, and no one cared about Christmas enough. And he saw how happy everyone else was, and he just hated it. And that's that really gives the Grinch some more character. Because seriously, the Grinch was a pretty one-dimensional guy in the original, alright? I'm sorry to criticize the best Christmas movie of all time, but it's something that needs to be said. So yeah, he does eventually end up, putting together his plan to find Santa, and I am also proud to say, the Fred the reindeer, who seems like he would be the minion of this movie, actually has plot significance. which we'll get to later. But he's not annoying because he doesn't talk. But then the Grinch steals a sled from someone, soups it up, and when he's on his test run, he finds out Fred actually has a family, so he lets him go and then puts Max at the helm, which is something I always had a bit of a problem with in the original. Like, I know it's supposed to show how, like, cruel and evil he is, but, like, come on, that's a dog. Come on, you can torture people, you can make 15 human centipedes, for all I care, but the second someone decides to make a dog centipede, I'm going John Wick on there, alright? So, basically, the Grinch goes around stealing Christmas. Oh, so something really important I did forget to mention is that there's a B-plot with Cindy Lou Who and her friends, and Cindy Lou Who's mom is a single mother with 3 kids, and all Cindy Lou Who wants is for something special for her mother, and God, I am such a sap for that wholesome, okay? One good thing I do have to say about the movie's soundtrack is that it doesn't have too many annoying pop songs, and when the annoying pop song does come on, it stops like 10 seconds later. And also, they play Mambo Number 5, which mentions Monica, which is always a good plus in my book. Am I the only person who actually unironically enjoys Mambo Number 5? Alright, so, again, back to the movie. So he goes around stealing all the presents, and he has like a bunch of cool high-tech gadgets to help him do it all with, and they're all Christmas-themed. And it's really cool, and it's like a really visually, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Real visually interesting part of the movie. And, you know, it has Tyler, the Creator, at least I think it's Tyler, the Creator, narrating, and, like, there's like some legitimately heart-wrenching scenes in this movie. I don't want to spoil them because I want you to see them, but no, this movie does have like 1 or 2 scenes that almost had me like crying. It was that sad. Alexa, play Despacito! So, Cindy Lou Who basically kidnaps the Grinch, and who she thinks is Santa, and asks him to do something special for her mom. And it's this act of kindness that ultimately changes the Grinch. Now, one bad thing I will say about the movie is that there are a few lines that are missing, like, maybe Christmas he thought doesn't come from a store, and, in the end, it's not the Grinch with his strength of 10 Grinches plus 2 that saves the sled, but instead it's Fred and his family. Yes, Fred does come back. Fred does have plot significance. And I will give them credit for making the stupid joke character actually have plot significance. That is prime Chekhov's gun right there. But something really interesting that the movie also does is that it doesn't give you your happy ending immediately. The Grinch listens to all the singing in Whoville, and then he just slides down the hill, and he gives everyone their presents back, but he's really sad about it, and he, like, apologizes. He apologizes, and he's really sorry about it, and then instead of just staying, he goes back up to Mount Crumpet to be alone, and he even gets Max a little chew toy. That is beautiful. And then Cindy Lou Who walks up and invites the Grinch to Christmas dinner, and it's one of the happiest scenes in the movie, because we finally see the Grinch's story arc come to a close, and he realizes that it wasn't Christmas that he hated, it was being alone. And I think that's an interesting interpretation of the Grinch that I don't mind. And he does end up carving the roast beast, and it is fantastic, and I love this movie. Am I gonna say that it replaces the original? Heavens no. But it is much better than your standard Illumination fare and gives me hope for the Mario movie. But it also makes me sad to think that maybe, just maybe, I will be able to say that that How the Grinch Stole Christmas is better than Wreck-It Ralph 2. You heard me. An Illumination film is better than a Disney film that came out the same year. That's gonna be a top 10 anime plot twist right there. But the point is that it's actually a really heartfelt movie, and you know, you might look at it and you might see their corporate mitts all over the movie, but I legitimately feel like this was made by people who respect Dr. Seuss's work, and it's like, alright guys, we just got the rights to his movies back. Let's not it up. We gotta remake Cat in the Hat later. And it is a really good movie, and it still cements Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas as the worst Grinch movie. Take that! Take that, millennials! But no, it is, like, a really good movie, and, like, there's not really a lot of fluff. Like, it makes the Grinch more evil and cunning, and I suppose it's more impressive in the original that the Grinch manages to do it all in, like, one day. That at least that's what's conveyed. But the Grinch has, like 4 days to actually put together his plan, and you can see him going through it, like, actually putting thought and effort into his plan, and it shows that he makes mistakes. And God, I just want to say Benedict Cumberbatch's performance is phenomenal, and you know, he really adds a life to the character that I really do love. I'm a little upset that the Grinch song from the first trailer isn't used, but on the bright side, what is it? Wow, it is slipping my mind. The Tyler the Creator song is only used once. What is Tyler even the creator of? Anyway, I really don't have anything else to say. It's a good movie. I recommend you go watch it. I give it an 8 out of 10. And, you know, this movie to me is kind of like that live show Fox did of A Christmas Story last year. Now, granted, I utterly despise A Christmas Story. It's so oversaturated. And I think that's a bit of an issue with the original Grinch, that, like, I've seen it so many times, like, there's nothing new. I'll still watch it. And I'll still enjoy it. But I promise you, this version of the movie is gonna be on my Christmas watch list. So yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. And if you give a about my opinions and watch this video, oh well, thank you. I think it's a good movie. If you really want to, you should go watch it. It will not be a waste of time. Or it won't be a waste of money, but it also won't be a waste of time, considering the movie isn't even an hour and a half long. I like that, okay? It doesn't try to fill it with any unnecessary fluff. It tells the story it needs to tell in the time that it needs. It doesn't fill it with any unnecessary pop culture jokes, and I'll admit, the marketing for the movie might make you think otherwise. But in other words, I'm not going to say it's a phenomenal movie, but it's really good, and it is worth your time. The people on the Illumination staff put a lot of work into it, and I respect them for that. So thanks for watching, and why don't you go watch the movie? Good segue. Also, why the hell are they doing Secret Life of Pets 2?